Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Every Day is Friday, the show where we dive into the stories and experiences from people from all walks of life. Today's guest is Luke. He helps local businesses become the talk of their town using Instagram. He's helped over 100 businesses win big by teaching them how to run ads and close deals. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Let's get into it. I'm excited to have you on, Luke.
Matthew, I appreciate you reaching out and looking forward to making this happen, man.
Yeah, Luke, for the listeners who may not be familiar with your line of work yet, can you give us a quick rundown of who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I moved to southern Utah about a year ago with a background of videography, and then I invested heavily to learn paid ads. And then I came out here, I realized nobody was talking on camera, nobody was running paid ads on Instagram. And so I moved out here, I knew one or two people, and I hit the ground running, teaching people how to run their ads and back it up with high quality video. And so with that, we realized that high quality videography paired with an ad strategy that worked using local ads on Instagram was a recipe for success. We got about 45 local clients here in southern Utah, and then after that we expanded kind of nationwide, and now we've helped a little bit over 115 businesses teach them how to talk on camera, how to create the content themselves without having high quality videography, and it's more the ad side of things. That was the moneymaker. That was getting people results, not just it didn't have to be paired anymore. When you pair it's amazing. So 115 businesses, all different types, probably like 80 to 90 different niches that we've worked with: junk removal, chiropractors, dog poop scoopers, landscapers, home renovators, like you name it, auto detailers. We've worked with quite a few niches now, and it's the same thing. It's just we plug in a DM process for them, content plus ads, and they close deals locally from Instagram. It's been pretty fun.
No, Luke, that makes sense. You probably saw a problem and you knew you had the tools to fix it. I mean, I'm always fascinating to hear the why behind everyone's passions. Now, how did your journey into helping local businesses start?
So, great question. It started about 3 years ago, and with a guy named Wes Watson, if you know who that is on Instagram. Big dog, Big Wes. He's like online fitness coaching, lives out in Miami. Crazy story, he's in prison for 10 years. He was the first person I ever invested with for the mindset side and to get in good shape. I invested with him on the mindset side, and then I realized like I'm in the best shape of my life. I want to teach others how to do this. And this is like a part of the story. Can I get into that?
Oh, please do.
Amazing. So yeah, I was working at Trader Joe's when I first heard about Wes Watson, and then from the mindset side alone, he taught me, I got into solar sales. I quit working at Trader Joe's grocery store bagging groceries at 19 years old, and to take that leap of faith into solar sales. Was it scary? Yes. Were people at my work told me, Luke, like when they heard that I was going into solar sales, they were like, all right, Luke, I'll see you when you're back here. I'll see you when you're back here. Like thinking I wasn't gonna make it and that I was gonna be back working at Trader Joe's. And so I had my fire lit underneath my butt off that, right? So then I had to make this work. I got into solar sales and I was like, I'm going to be the best person at this company. I'm going to be the top of the leaderboards. I'm going to knock the most amount of doors every single day to prove to everyone around me that this can work. And I did. And that's how it was. You knock more doors, you hear more no's on every single door, and more no's equal more yeses. So with just volume. So did that for a bit, invested with, and then I got into cybersecurity sales for a bit. That's what I went to college for, cybersecurity. And then from there, got into software sales. So with a company called Dialpad, very similar to like Zoom. And yeah, did that for a bit. And then I invested with Wes Watson's mid-level coaching program. So to get in the best shape of my life then. After I did that, I got in the best shape and I was like, I want to teach other people how to do this too. So then I was like, Wes, it's time. I want to invest in your top level business coaching program to teach other people how to do this. And he's like, all right, let's do it. And so signed up for him. I closed a fat commission check in software sales. This was like November of a year and a half ago. No, what is it? Maybe a year and a half ago. No, 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago. Invested with him, started doing online fitness coaching. Spent $7,500 to invest in him for 3 months of coaching. What happened then is now I'm around all these heavy hitters, all these people that also invested with Wes, and it's a solid group of individuals. Okay. I was living in Phoenix at this time. My ex wanted to be closer to family, so we moved to San Diego. When we moved to San Diego, that's where the guy Wes Watson went to the gym every single morning. And so going to the gym every single morning, I knew if I moved to San Diego, I could be around Wes and be around that sphere of influence every single day and around other people that are also in his program, crushing it, making hundreds of $1,000s a month. Okay. In San Diego, for me, when I'm making $4,000 to $5,000 a month, like this was crazy. Okay. Then moved to San Diego. I started just hitting the ground running with this online fitness coaching. I was 21 at the time, so everybody around me that I was resonating with the online fitness coaching was broke. So I could not charge the prices. I felt like at that time, to my friends like were broke. They didn't see the value in it. It's always a value thing, right? And then people older than me were not taking me seriously with online fitness coaching. Okay, but I was in good shape. I got shredded. It was great, and I was getting my buddies that I got in at a lower price in really good shape too, so I knew it worked. Then being around Wes Watson every single morning at the gym and that community, that group, I met a buddy who I knew how to use a camera too. So I knew how to use a camera. So he also knew how to use a camera. So he's like, "Hey, let's start filming each other every morning in the gym to have high quality content on our Instagrams for our online fitness coaching." He was also doing it. Did that. And then from there, we're like, okay, we're filming each other every morning in the gym with our high quality stuff for our stories. How about we go to everybody else that also invested with Wes in this community and help film their content for their Instagram? So that's how the marketing started, the media, like the media company. So it's like, okay, our pitch then was, hey, we'll fly to you, we'll stay with you for 2 to 3 days, and we'll film enough content for you for the next 30 days. We'll give you like 30 pieces of content. And that was our pitch. And it worked. We flew up to Napa Valley. And I was in IT sales when I moved to San Diego to still work and everything. Flew to Napa Valley, flew to Vegas, flew to Florida, flew to Arizona. Like we did quite a few trips around this time. And our that was our pitch for free was our pitch. Like everyone's afraid to do like free work to start. You have to. You have to build a name for yourself. And that's exactly what we did. And we did that. And then, so I moved to San Diego in like May, whatever, I don't even know what was it, May of 23. And then in June of 23, May, June or July, we hit 10K in total for that first month or for our month, like when we were just flying everywhere. And me and my buddy said we're going to quit our 9 to 5s and go all in on this once we hit 10K a month. So we basically made 5K a month each, but then flights and everything, like we didn't make like anything. And we both quit our jobs though and went all in on it. The next 2 months, I made $400 a month after and $650 a month after that. So I'm freaking out. I burnt through all my savings. My now ex, at the time, wife was freaking out, saying, "Luke, we're broke, we're broke, we're broke. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. You need to get a job. Please go get a 9 to 5. Like, we can't do this anymore. I want you to just come home at 5 p.m. and chill with me on the couch. Like, I'm sick of all this traveling and everything." And it is what it is. And now she's the ex. But we'll talk about all that because that's a big part of my story too. So I'm 20, I just turned 24. So I'm 20 and 21 at this time. Okay. Or 21. And yeah, so crazy. So super like I was at a very, very low up at that point. She's telling me to get a job. We had a faulty chargeback go through on my account. And like for a guy that like we did videos for, needed money, and then we didn't have an agreement in place, so he thought he can get money from it. It was messy. Um, Filed a chargeback through our Stripe account. So boom, what did that do? It immediately pulled 2 grand out of my account that was tied to the Stripe account. So I had like $1,800 in my checking. I had negative $2,000 in my savings account and $3,840 on a credit card. So I was in debt, freaking out. Me and the business partners started to split. I was having to drive for Uber to pay the bills because I would do anything rather than get the 9 to 5 again. I would do anything. So I was Ubering every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, living in San Diego because I knew I could make some money there, at least a few $100s to pay bills. And yeah, so that's how everything started. And then me and my ex, like we did 3 months of Christian marriage counseling. We did everything. Like we put a ton of effort into it. We argued all the time, and ultimately it came down to long story short with that, Luke, she said, Luke, I'm giving you an ultimatum. Are you in or out? I'm sick of this in between of being in, then being out, all this. And we had nothing tying ourselves to each other. So like no bank, like honestly, we didn't even set up our bank accounts yet. We were married for a year. No like joint accounts, no businesses, no houses, anything, no kids, nothing. And I looked at her and I thought to myself, I would be happy seeing you in the future with a husband and kids, and I wouldn't have any regrets seeing that. And that was it. I had a peace come over me. I got advice from people all underneath the sun that were married forever. Will tell me, Luke, divorce is not an option. Got advice from people that were married forever, stayed together because of kids. And even though they were miserable and I knew they were, will tell me, Luke, divorce is not an option because that's what they did. And then I got advice from people that were married, divorced, and then remarried, and then had a good life. Will say, Luke, you don't have to live in misery. I've seen your emotions go down the drain over the last year. Like you don't have to live like in this, like you're miserable. You don't have to live like this. I got advice from everybody and decided to pull the plug then. That was a year and a half, almost a year and a half ago. A little bit over a year, December of 2023. Pulled the plug. 2023? Yeah, 2023. Pulled the plug, okay, in December. Right after that, this all ties into it. I'm still doing videography at the time, and my whole thing was I'm going to be the best known videographer in San Diego. I have a good network. I'm going to hit up every single person I knew. And I asked, hey, do you know anybody interested in videography, talking head content for their businesses here in San Diego? I'm looking to do this, this, this. If you know anybody interested. The Alex Hermosi method of, hey, it's a soft pitch, right? It's not you. I'm not asking you, Matthew. I'm asking, hey, do you know anybody interested in this? Did that. And to my buddy Eddie Fakal Fitness on Instagram. Shout out Eddie. And then hit him up. I knew him from the gym, from the Wes Watson in the morning. Great guy, absolute savage. And he was like, yeah, bro, I do. Like I work for a solar company, Eminent Energy. Like, come on out. We have a team meeting and you can meet the owner, Anthony. And I did that. I was like, sounds good, man. I'll be there. And it was like the day after or the 2 days after. So that went out to his meeting, brought the camera, got a ton of content for them. I talked to Anthony Castillo, the owner of Eminent Energy. I give so much credit to him because I feel like he was my saving grace. Like you never do this all alone. Like there's people along the way that help you get to that next level. And he was one of them. So met up with him. I pitched him. I was like, hey, this is what we could do. We can build up social media. We can do this kind of content. It's going to look great. Recruiting, whatever. And he's like, sounds good. Let's do it. And I told him the packages. I was like, yeah, 30 videos for $3,000, this or this. And he's like, yeah, let's do 30 videos. Sweet. Awesome. So did that. Boom. There goes that negative $2,000 that was in my savings account. Boom. Okay, that's wiped. Like we're good. I'm not in the negatives anymore. And that's I was going to apply for a marketing account executive position in San Diego that same day if he didn't sign up and if it didn't go through. So it was very scary. And yeah, saving grace. And then I just started networking like crazy even more and delivered the results and delivered the videos and everything and like started to hit the ground running. So then divorced in December. That was like November-ish. Then December divorced. And then I invested. I was still like pretty broke. I was coming out of it. Made like maybe 9K that November. Then December, like we divorced like the 11th or 12th or so, 12th or 13th. And right after that, I invested with a guy named Boris for learning paid ads on Instagram. His whole thing was helping coaches and agency owners how to run ads on Instagram. And I knew him over the last year because I knew him from the West community. And then invested with him, his coaching program. It was like at that time, like I was one of his first clients for the coaching. I put 500 grand or five 500 grand, $500 on a credit card every week for 16 weeks. It was like an $8,000 program at that time. Like this was very early on for him. And I invested with him. My ex found out immediately after the divorce, after splitting. She calls me and she's like, Luke, I heard you invested with another mentor. I want to make sure I'm off all your financials. So she didn't see the results of Wes, the when I invested with Wes of the $7,500 just besides this community. She's not going to see the benefits of investing $8,000 with Boris. She never believed in me with that. And so I heard that and I was like, ooh, that hurt. I was like, don't you worry, like you're off all the financials. Don't need to worry about it. And then boom, I had the fire lit underneath me to do well. Living in San Diego, now by myself, nothing tying me to San Diego. I got a connection, like word of mouth, like referral thing for a plumber here in St. George, Utah. Plumber. His name's Coy with Free Flow Plumbing. Absolutely amazing guy. Found out about him. We start talking. He's like, I want to be the best known plumber out here. I was like, we can do that with content plus ads. Like, I know this ad thing now. Let's start rocking and rolling with it. And I came out to visit a few weeks after that, like in January. Came out to visit with him, realized nobody here was talking on camera, nobody was running paid ads on Instagram. And so with that, whoa, happy birthday. So nobody was running paid ads, nobody was talking on camera here in town. Other videographers were hitting me up asking how I was doing the content agency, like talking head video edits that I built out a team for. And did that. He's like, Luke, like if you love it out here, move out here as fast as possible. Run, like move out here. Like I'll help you move. I'll bring my truck and trailer down to San Diego and I'll help you move everything. This I just met this guy like a week or two before, and so awesome. So then my mentor Boris was like, Luke, you have nothing tying yourself to San Diego anymore. Move to St. George as fast as possible. Run local ads. Teach local businesses there how to run ads. I was like, done. And then 3 weeks after first visiting St. George, Utah, I went back to San Diego and I tried to figure out all my crap and move out here. So I moved out here 3 weeks later after visiting here for the first time. I really only knew Coy and the lady that did Coy's website. That was really it. Moved out here, didn't know anybody, and I documented the whole entire process. When I first moved here, I was like, I just got this place. Boom, like check this out. Look at what we can do here. Okay, you see the camera on the tripod? This is my first ad that I'm ever launching here in St. George. Watch what we can do with this one ad on Instagram. And then second ad, then third, and then like getting clients. I've documented everything. And the biggest joy has, and that's been the last year. I moved to St. George end of February, so like beginning of March of last year, and it's been a month and yeah, a year and a month. And in a year and a month, 45 local clients here in town, getting them crazy results, like people that take this seriously and they put in the work and ask questions and have their focus on this, like everyone's been crushing it. So 115 clients locally or 115 clients nationwide now. After we got proof of concept that this works here in town, we hit Phoenix, Arizona, saw that it worked in another town. We didn't have to be there and we didn't have to video it. Once we realized that, we opened up the floodgates. I built out the team, which we can talk about. And yeah, so now we're nationwide. We're spending about $1,200 a day in ads and pulling in about 200K a month or so. It should be a little bit more this month, just like with upping ads and everything. Built out a team in place, like client success, the DM setting, the phone call setting, the closing, client success manager, client success rep, me. Like we built out a full team for this to get people amazing results. So that's where we're currently at.
Wow. Luke, you are the definition of not giving up on yourself.
Oh man.
That is an incredible journey just in the last year or two. You know what I mean? Like because from people just not believing in you. I mean, what's your take and how did you feel when your ex-girlfriend or wife at the time was telling you to quit and go back to a 9 to 5? That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. So it broke my heart. It really broke my heart around that time because it's like, you want to do well and you have that like that for anybody watching this too, like you have that drive, you have that like little piece inside you that you're meant for more. I had this working at Trader Joe's. It's like I know I'm worth more than $17 an hour stacking cans of beans and like as a cash register and like all at a cashier. I know I'm meant for more. I just don't know where to go and what path to do. I was working at Trader Joe's 3 years ago, 3 years and 4 months ago. So in the last 3 years and 4 months, I went from working at Trader Joe's to what we're doing now. So anything's possible, but the biggest thing is like so many people are distracted. You're distracted, like you're tied this pulled this way, this way. Nobody has a definite aim or purpose. My definite aim or purpose was to have a massive impact on the world, but it always came down to two sayings. Ready? Um, how can I best there's three. How can I best serve everybody else today? Be the change you wish to see in the world. 4, make somebody smile. Like find a way to make somebody smile today and create the man you admire in all ways and gift him to the world. I've based my whole life off that over the last 3, 4 years. And I have not deviated away from that. Every money amplifies who you already are. So now on the Instagram, you see the Lambo, you see everything, what we've done. But my core, my foundation has always been built in Christ. I'm a Christian, and it has always been built off of those 4 saints.
That is powerful. All those things are very powerful. And my dad tells me do today because you do not know what tomorrow will bring. And for you, it's like only one connection was just the difference. You're just keep on, you're chasing your dreams, and you're just one connection away, and then one connection built off another, off another. What's your biggest takeaway you took away from your from West?
The biggest takeaway was, um, I have so okay. If I could, let me try to pull this up real quick. My biggest takeaway from Wes was I have a full notes folder built out from this. Let's see if it may you may be able to see. You can just see the screen, okay? So I started this quotes folder December 20th, 2020. So what, 4.5 years ago? Four? Yeah, almost 4.5 years ago. Okay, all of these quotes, I've lived my whole life off these, and there's a ton of them. But anyone, if you just pull a random one, you will never outthink your way into positive action. You have to act your way into positive thinking. Get there and start acting. Mentally weak people complain without suffering, and mentally strong people suffer without complaining. So I have a ton of, like, this is how I've based my whole life of, and this is like my holy grail. Like the Bible is how I view my life, but like these quotes completely changed my life. So there isn't one solid quote from Wes, but definitely the create the man you admire and always and gift him to the world is huge. And there's so I will keep rattling them off throughout this, just so you know.
No, that's great, and it's powerful at the end of the day. And like, how did it make you feel when you're working, you're bagging, you're making, stacking beans, and they're saying, "Oh, we'll see you right back here when it doesn't work out for you." How did that make you feel?
Yeah. So yeah, if you hear me like delayed a little bit, this is like a second delayed. So I'm hearing everything though. The question was how was I feeling when I was stacking the cans of beans, right? And people were like not believing in me then.
Yes.
People people can only give advice off of their own experiences. So will I take, and then you have to ask yourself, this is, I freaking love this because I just can rattle off these quotes that have plagued my mind in a positive way. Okay, it's like, okay, if I take your advice, will I end up like you? Do I want to, like, you got to be kind of savage with it, but do I want to be working at Trader Joe's at you're 55 years old? Working, do I want to be 55 years old working as a crew member at Trader Joe's, capped out? Like, I know they're capped out at $25 an hour. Will I take advice from that? No, because I want to do more in my life for that. So it's like, okay, if I take your advice, will I end up like you? That's what you got to ask yourself. So I didn't take them seriously, but I lit the fire underneath me because I wanted to prove them wrong. I wanted to prove them like you can do anything you set your mind to. I didn't get like I can always pride myself as I never took any handouts with this. Like I built this up all myself, and like with the business and like and investing in mentors, taking leaps of faith, all that, like you have to, I didn't accept any handouts with it. So I'll pride myself on that. But like how I felt was I knew I was meant for more. I didn't know what avenue I was going to take, but I knew it was going to start with the foundations of fitness, fitness and daily habits. Show me a man's daily habits and I'll show you his future. Same thing here. So what was my daily habits? I started working out every single morning. I started reading the Bible every single morning. I started building my life of like eating right, working out correctly, and like just working on the mindset side of things. So I didn't take them very seriously, but I was down. It was the most depressed I was ever was working at Trader Joe's. I didn't have any, if I can be vulnerable here, I was very, very lonely when at this time. I was in college, but all my friends were living on campus, and I was living in a condo. And then all like 15 minutes off campus, closer to Trader Joe's for work. And all my friends were on campus at like college life, woo. And I was working, and like I wasn't getting invited to stuff. Ooh, so sad, right? But it was tough for me at the moment. And I spiraled down just because of things that happened in like personal life, of like older stepbrother or older brother, like we had just dealt with crazy like deaths in families and like mental illness. Like he attempted suicide and just sent our family spiraling, me included. And he's alive, thank the Lord. But like sent me spiraling, and it sent me down spiraling loneliness, like very depressed. I didn't want to get out of bed. All I wanted to do was sleep every single day. But what I was doing was going to bed at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., playing video games, waking up, and then working 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Trader Joe's or 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Trader Joe's. And I was just working, staying up late playing videos. It was not good. I was so like just messed up. And what changed was my two older brothers. My other brother sent me a video from Wes. It's like, hey, you need to check this guy out. Check out his stuff on mindset. And then I didn't watch it for like 2 days. My brother sent me a text again. Did you watch the video, bro? And I finally watched it, and that's what changed everything. I started waking up in the morning. I knew I had to make a change in my life. Started waking up at 5 a.m. Non-negotiable. I got like maybe an hour of sleep that first day doing it, but I stuck to my word and started going to the gym, and that's where my foundation was built. And then stacking wins every single morning started the mindset shift that I needed to believe that I was meant for more working at Trader Joe's, and I meant to do this, this, and this. I just need to. I don't know what it looks like. It's crazy to think about a 5-year goal, but I know I need to start implementing these daily habits in place in order to get me to that next level that I want to. And that's how it all started.
It seems like you had that why, and then that why made you grow into who you wanted to be. And I just really just want to know, like, okay, so this is my take. I feel like discipline is more important than mindset, but I'd like to hear what your take is on discipline and with mindset. How do they, correlate with each other?
Yeah, yeah, you do need discipline. You need discipline. Like nobody wants to wake up early to go to the gym. If you do, that's not a like you don't need help with that. If that's easy, like going to the gym now for me is easy. So it's not like something that, oh, I have discipline, I gotta go. No, it's like I feel weird if I don't. So you got to get to that point. And at first, yes, it took discipline. So at first things take discipline, then it's just a part of you. So and then what was the other thing? The motive, oh, the mindset. So on the mindset, everything's mindset. The life is a mirror, not a window. So what does that mean? Life is everything. Life is you reflected outwards. So everything that's going around. So I realized this with my family, and then I connected all the dots listening to Wes and other people was everything is you reflected outwards. So the same two people, I take my brothers for example, my two older brothers, with their dad passing away from suicide. He passed away from suicide, like crazy story there. One brother went down the negative route, thinking only about the past, and then my other brother went like, I got to build a name for myself. I have to like he took more of the positive discipline actions, and their lives are completely different now. Different. But they went through the same exact thing with their dad. So I've realized everything that you go through. So the two same people can be going through the same exact day, and one can think it's the worst day ever, one can think it's the best day ever. If I like, and it's so everything's mindset and everything is about being grateful. How grateful can you be for the day? That's all life comes down to. And the best book that I ever read about this, and I listen to this book every night. It's like my white noise. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. This book was written 100 years ago, and it talks all about that life is one big game of giving and receiving. Whatever a man soweth, that shall he also reapeth. And this book just kind of intertwines everything from the Bible about this, about like Jesus taught that life was a big game of giving and receiving. And I base my whole life off that too. Everything you give out, whatever you want to give out. If you're going to give out negativity, hate, hating on people, hating on this doesn't work, this person's a scam, this is it, like this person sucks, whatever. You live a miserable life. Nobody feels happier. Nobody ever feels happier after giving out negativity. You never feel better. I feel 100% better if you only give out positivity. If you only give out smiles every single day. How can I best serve everybody else today? How can I make somebody smile today? And you're thinking that to yourself, you're going to find God's going to give you opportunities throughout your day to make that happen. And it's just going to seem like, oh, wow, what an opportunity here to pay for that person behind me's meal or whatever it is. Seek out the positive, and you're going to live a way more positive life. So I believe mindset is way more important than discipline because it's every aspect of life. The discipline is only for the things that are hard, which is going to the gym or eating right or whatever it is.
No, that makes sense. Life is about giving and receiving. It's like me in the beginning of this podcast, before we even started, I gave you a whole thing on gratitude of what you do. I'm thankful for what you do and the line of business that you help. I have great gratitude for people that actually chase after their dreams, and because their dreams won't chase them at the end of the day.
Yep.
Now,
Exactly.
I really want to dive into this, but why do you think most local businesses struggle with online marketing?
because they're stuck in their ways of relying on word of mouth and referrals to grow their business. And gone are the days of like the good old boys. I noticed this here in St. George. It's a very like good old boys club, which basically means like you have your tight knit of community and people work with each other, and like they don't allow new people to come in and start running businesses like that. Here is different. It's very entrepreneurial, but local businesses have always relied on word of mouth, referrals, door hangers, yellow pages, or like the green pages, or whatever people call it in other places, and a little bit of Facebook, Google, SEO, like to grow their business, or having a really good website. But having a good a website or door hangers, it doesn't matter if nobody knows you exist. So you need to, like, all we're doing is actually, this is what we're doing. This is nobody was doing this before too. Nobody was doing this. I was one of the first under Boris. Boris taught me how to do the ads, and I had the boots on the ground, and I went to go figure this out. Local businesses were not using Instagram as a tool, as a funnel for business. They were just posting their jobs. They were just posting about the jobs. If you're going to post something, they're just posting about the job. They're not nobody was flipping their camera around and talking to the camera about their business. So it was all what we're changing now is it's all relational over transactional. We're building a relationship with people on Instagram versus just a transaction. Oh, check out our before and after, check out this, whatever. No, flip the camera around because people buy from people. Nobody was doing this at a local level. So we brought three phases: local ads. So like, we're teaching this. We're not doing this for people. We're teaching business owners how to do this so they do not have to pay a marketing company the $3,000 to $5,000 retainer every single month, and they don't know where their money's going. Like, we show them how to do it for a one-time fee up front, and like that can be financed or whatever, and guaranteed results too. We work with you until you make that money back, like as long as you need. But majority of people, it's like 3 months or so, depending on the job. So what do we do? Local ads, we teach you, we'll help you script out all the content, show you how to post all the content. We'll script, edit the ad for you. You just have to go film it. And that's the phase one. Phase one is running a local ad. Phase two is running a local giveaway. So a local giveaway in your town to give back to the community of your town. Of like, hey, thank you so much, St. George, for all the business. Over the last 3 years we've been in business, we appreciate you. We just want to give back with these game tickets in 2 weeks for this with front row seats. Thank you so much for your business. We appreciate you. You just give back to your community. It's huge. And then because you're not selling anything, you're just giving back. What does that do? Gets a ton of eyeballs on your page, and like to follow you and share. And we have a full like blueprint built out for that. If you guys see any of the ads that we do or giveaways and you try to copy it, I can guarantee you it doesn't work because there's a ton that goes on the back end. This has happened just dozens of times. And then phase three is retargeting ads. So you get a ton of followers from the local ad, ton of followers from the local giveaway. And then phase three, we launch local retargeting ads. So you get, maybe say you get 1,500, 2,000 new followers over, I don't know, 4 months. And okay, we have now 4,000. For a fact, we know that these people are local to your town. We then run retargeting ads only to those followers to retarget them with a specific offer for your business. You're going to get business from the ad. You're going to get business from the DMs, how we teach you how to do it, and from the giveaway, because now people know this person gives back. Oh, this is what they do in town. Oh, yeah, I actually do need some junk removed from my garage, whatever it is. And now we launch retargeting ads where they only pop up and they're only specific interest, or they're specific offer ads. So they're more like call to action style. Hey, DM us junk down below for a free junk removal estimate or whatever. But you can't get these off your Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what I mean. We spend a ton of ads and you see it pop up all the time. And it's the same thing that I teach clients. So it's what people are doing at a nationwide level for ad or for like coaches, agency owners, all that, like with follow ads, DMs, or not giveaways. You don't really do giveaways in the coaching space, but like retargeting ads, it's like that, but it is more local. We're bringing that coaching style method hyper local to only like a local audience instead of nationwide. So it's the same kind of strategy that people are using for that, and we just dominate local audience, dominate it. So fun.
So, Luke, I'm gonna speculate here. Is it you get to spend money to make money, and what's the first thing you teach the businesses about ads?
Yeah, you do have to spend money to make money. That's everything. You can either invest two things. I don't know how this saying goes, so don't quote me on it, but you can either invest with your time or your money. You can either invest it with your time to try and go figure it out over the next 6 months, a year, trying to copy, trying to look at all of our clients' pages to see how they're doing it, find their ads, see how they're doing. You could try that. You can spend hours on YouTube trying to figure it out, wasting ad spend. Things you can either spend, you can invest with your time and your money if you're trying to run ads, or you invest in money to do it right the first time. You buy nice or buy twice. And I've built this business off of that because that's what I did myself. I'd rather buy nice. I'd rather invest in the mentorships to then like it's you time collapse. That's all you're doing when you invest in time and you invest in a mentor in some type of way or a coach, you're time collapsing. What took them a year to learn, you're learning in 3 months. I'd rather take that year of knowledge or 3 years of knowledge or whatever it is and learn that in a shorter time period and not have to make the mistakes that they did because we don't have the time to make all the mistakes in the world. We have to learn from other people's mistakes, and you usually have to learn by their mistakes by paying for that information. It's not free. They spent a lot of time and money to make those mistakes and to find what works. You time collapse, you pay for it. Like the next coach that we're investing in is going to be like 100 grand to invest in as a coach to get us from whatever to 7 figures a month, whatever it is. Okay. Like you have to pay to play for it. And then the first thing that we teach is the content, the foundation of content plus the ads. So it's like we script out the ad for them. We show you why this is a winning ad versus not and all that. So it's a very, very hands. It's not like a course. Like people like course creators and all that like get such a bad rap. This isn't just a course. Like, yeah, I have everything like self-paced. Like you can go watch videos on whatever. Like I built that all out, but you're paying for the one-on-one support with our team. Hop on a call any single time. You have a question with your ads, you have a question with the DMs, whatever. Hey guys, I'm just stuck. I don't know where to go. Sweet, let's hop on a call. Let's realign. Like that's what you're paying for to keep the fire lit underneath you for the 6 months, 12 months working together. And we're with them every step of the way.
No, that's very powerful, and a lot of listeners, I guarantee you, and local businesses will actually use a lot of this knowledge. Now, how can a small business become a local celebrity? With do you show at all like the client for the business, the actual business model, what they're doing, helping the client? Let's just say, for example, they're doing windows. Do you show the actual client talking about the windows in the ads at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So for the ads, that's it. You flip the camera around. It's not about the windows. It's about the person, the owner of the business talking about the windows. It's about them getting their clients talking on camera, their customers talking on camera, why they went with Luke's window cleaning over anybody else in town. I went with Luke's window cleaning because he was on time, he was responsive, great price, and my windows could have never looked better. There's nobody else I would rather go to in town for window cleaning than Luke's window cleaning. You run that as an ad. When you run that as an ad, boom. Now when you're good at, I learned this from Wes too. When you're good at something, you'll tell others about it. When you're great at something, others will tell you about it. We want other people to talk to tell you how amazing your service is, and then you run that as an ad. So yes, you become a local authority figure and a local celebrity figure by you being the one talking on camera, you showing off what you do, and you get your clients talking on camera, all that. It's less about the windows. It's if people buy who you are, they don't buy people. What's a quote? People don't buy what you do, they buy who you are, something like that. And it's the same concept here. You flip the camera around. Nobody was doing that.
No, that's a great takeaway indeed. Because like if you really think about it, if you put in the work and you do it to the best of your ability, and the people acknowledge what you're doing, at the end of the day, they're gonna come back and they're gonna speak about how what great work you did. And if you went above and beyond, and you ask them to do something, like if you ask them to just say, "Hey, can you say a few words for my business?" and most of the time they're gonna do something like that for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what's your favorite kind of business to help?
So honestly, we've helped people from as low of a ticket as dog poop scooping and dog walking, and he tripled his business in his first like 2 months, to landscapers who have made in the last 10 months, he's made 1.4 million solely from Instagram. And like I have those testimonials and everything. So it's like we've helped everybody in between. Obviously, higher ticket works best, but we've shown that it doesn't have to. Window cleaning, our window cleaning client got made 21 grand in 3 weeks of running ads. So it's like, yeah, window cleaning can crush. They just need to know that you're the one to go to. But the ones that have absolutely crushed, like very, very quickly, has been junk removal, mobile dog grooming, and auto detailing shops, wraps, PPF, all that have absolutely dominated very, very fast because usually there's competition, but they just need to know that you're the one to go to. But it goes with every single business. Landscapers can crush too. The only one that has been a little bit more difficult, to be honest, has been like renovations, like home remodels and stuff like that. It's a big ticket. So, does it still work with that? Yes. Our landscape, if he can get backyard remodels and make 1.4 million from Instagram, it's 100% possible. But it's definitely a little bit, you have to build so much trust for somebody to come in from Instagram to remodel your home and additions and stuff like that. It's possible, but you have to build a ton of rapport with people. So as long as you can play the long game, like you do it for, you spend 10K in ads and you get one job worth 200K, it's worth it. But you have to spend 10K in ads, not hoping for a payoff until it boom, it hits. And then you've built so much rapport over people over the last few months. Now they're ready, and then boom, you're the one to go to.
Yeah, it almost seems if you're not on Instagram or any social media platform, you're missing out on a huge opportunity for a lot of local businesses and a lot of businesses in general. Because if you're not posting, well, let me ask you this. I mean, what's your take? I mean, how often should businesses should be posting?
I say 3 to times a week on your wall. So your Instagram wall with reels and stuff, before and after photos. Reels always do better because you can relate with so many people like that. Reels do great. And then daily on the stories, at least 3 stories a day, showing off your jobs, showing that you're working, showing that you got stuff going on, and client testimonials, client reviews, Google reviews, posting all that in your stories every single day. You want your stories up every single day so people don't forget about you.
Now, why do you think Instagram stories are so powerful?
You can sell on Instagram stories. And you got to, ready for this? You have to think, I say this quite a few times. You have to think of your Instagram stories as a TV show with commercials built into them. You have all these followers that you ran from the ads. Now they're seeing your page every single day. Your people are using the Instagram stories like how they entertain themselves with Netflix. Okay. Then they'll go in to watch the same thing every single day. You show before and afters. You show entertaining style content. You show that you're working, that you're doing stuff, or you got any hobbies. You show all this throughout your day on Instagram. You just have to be social. So it's in the name, social. So in social media, okay? You be social on your Instagram. You show your face. You show off your hobbies. You show off your jobs. You show that you're getting stuff done. But in between those, the commercials built in is your call to action. So after you do a crazy good job for somebody, hey, if you live here in Southern Utah as well, and you saw how we just did this block retaining wall, and you want a quote, DM us block down below for a free quote. And then you build those into your day. If you look at anybody that is a social media influencer, online fitness coach, they're most likely doing call to actions every single day, at least a couple times a week. But they're doing, hey, it's your call to action. People need a call to action for you to engage with them. All of our DMs, I take that, but not all of them. It's $800 of our DM of our ad spend is to DM style ads. What do DM style ads do? Is it looks like, if I can show it, people are, I'm nearly giving up because it's already customers. So it'll come in as like ads or video or summer, spring, whatever we're doing. People need call to actions for you to start talking to them. And that's all we got, ads. Okay. Another one. What did he reply back to? Is my ad, one of them. So you need call to actions, especially in the stories. It does very, very, very well.
It feels like you have to have it has to feel real and personal on your profile and on your stories on Instagram. It's like a behind the scenes tour. What's your
Yep.
take on that?
It is. It is. It shows more about who you are as a person. It's everything.
What's one of the biggest mistakes people
It's
make
everything.
on social media?
The biggest things, the biggest mistakes people make,
Mm-hmm.
not showing, being too afraid to talk on camera. It's a limiting belief, and not wanting to talk on camera is huge. Like you need to be social on social media. You're going to get outran by the person that will show their face. I've seen this just time and time again, and what happens is everybody starts to copy the person that's running ads and talking on camera. We saw this a ton with like a turf cleaning client in Arizona. Like now we started like a turf cleaning war, and now everybody's talking on camera because our one client's absolutely dominating there, and we only work with one client at a time, like in a certain area. So, not talking on camera, being too afraid to talk on camera, being too afraid to send DMs to your followers because you think you're just annoying them. No, they followed your page for a reason. Talk to them, be social, find out why they followed you, and you're going to see how fast people open up to you about what you do. Oh, yeah, I see you. Oh, yeah, I followed you because I need my turf cleaned. I live here in Queen Creek, Arizona, and I don't know who to go to for turf cleaning. Boom. It's too easy.
No, now Luke, the show is called Every Day is Friday, and it's a Friday has a special energy, whether it's freedom, excitement, or just feeling of accomplishment after a long week. I want to hear from you. What does Friday mean to you?
Every day is Friday. I love that. That's one of the reasons like like wanted us to do this is I want to hear about that too. Is like every day is the same. Every day I believe you have to create a life where every day is the same though. If you're how sad you have 7 days a week. Why are you looking forward to one of the days out of the week? You should be looking forward to every single day when you wake up, and the only person that is going to be able to do that is you. You need to create a life that you do not need a vacation from. So created my birthday was like 4 days ago. 4 days ago now. Yeah. April 4th, 4 days ago. And people were like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for your birthday?" I was like, "I don't know. I'll go to dinner with the boys." And that was basically it. But like I did the same thing I would do every single other day. We went to dinner on it was what, Friday night. We'll go to the same steakhouse dinner on a Tuesday night. Doesn't matter. We'll go right after the gym. Like you have to create a life that you do not need a vacation from. And that's where it's like but you have to create a life that you enjoy waking up to. So it's like, what do you like doing every single day? How we all have we all have gifts given to us according to our grace. This is like Romans 12, 6 through 8. I think Romans 12. But it's just basically talking about we all have gifts given to us. If your gift is to encourage, then encourage others. If it's to serve, then serve. If it's to give, then give. Like we're not just blobs in this world. We're not just blobs to be here and to be drifting aimlessly throughout life, going working at a job and being looking forward to the weekend and then partying, getting shit faced for 2 days, and then the week starts over and like you do the whole same thing, making 4 grand a month, 5 grand a month, whatever. We should be doing way more in life than that. But it's only up to us. Everyone's so distracted. And the biggest thing that takes people away is fear. People are too scared to take that leap of faith. And so they will stay stuck for 70 years out of their life working at Walmart. So unless you have that fear, unless you have that no fear, this is what I always say. I always tell people I am a dummy with zero fear. I just took leaps of faith every step of the way, and it just seemed to work out because it's always worked out. So every day is Friday. Every day is the same for me. I do the same thing every 7 days a week. I wake up, I go to the gym, and that's how I start my day. And reading the Bible and just read something positive in the morning, a good quote, and I just go about my day every single day. I work every single day too.
No, that's a great takeaway. It's a mindset that anything is possible, and Every Day is Friday is about bringing that energy into everyday life.
Mhm.
And this is your chance to leave the listeners with something powerful. Is there anything else you want to share?
I would say I would say definitely like follow like I mean this is gonna be on Instagram too, but yeah, follow on Instagram because I post like a ton of inspirational stuff about this too. Because like yes, it's a ton for local businesses to help them crush, but it's also like the entrepreneurial journey, mindset stuff like in faith. But like biggest thing is just create a life you don't need a vacation from. Take as many leaps of faith as possible, and spend money to learn a certain skill, just one certain skill, and only take advice from people who are in a place you want to be at. If it's not me, if you don't want to, like, I don't know. I've worked very, very hard at this, but like, if it's not me, if you don't want to be in my space, in the marketing agency or space, you want to get into real estate and you want to go invest in real estate, go find the people that are really good at real estate and invest in them to learn. Like we don't want to work with marketing like agencies and like teaching them a ton of how like I want to do what you're doing. We're not doing that. That's a very typical like coaching route, but it's like, oh, I could easily say I make 200K a month. I'll show you how I make 200K a month and then teach a ton of people how to make 200 how to make that. We can do that, but that's not the route we want to go. We want to keep the one focus. Oh, big thing. This is good. I yap for a bit, and then here's the big takeaway. One focus. Keep one focus until you're at 100K a month. One focus, one avenue, and build that up, market it like crazy, and have everybody be the best known. It's not about being the best, it's about being the best known because the best known beats the best when the best isn't known. Become the best known until you're at 100K a month, build out the team, and scale. And I guess the only other thing would be to like have some type of faith bigger than yourself because like you can't do this all by yourself. Like I believe like God has like complete 100% blessed me in this life, and I'm so grateful for that. And it comes from being grateful for life itself too. So find something you're happy like you're passionate about and gift that out to the world.
And I have
Uh,
great gratitude towards you being on the show today. And all your information will be in the description down below. But I want to make sure the people know where to find you. Where can the people follow and support your work?
yeah, Instagram and YouTube. Starting the YouTube game. But Luke Dobson N. So LUKEDOB as in boy SONN, two N's at the end. On Instagram, and then Luke Dobson. I think it's the same thing on YouTube too. So YouTube's gonna be more like long form, unedited, just giving some type of value back. But definitely Instagram's gonna be the best place. Um, yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, and everyone go out there. He has great content. Everyone go to his YouTube, go to his Instagram page, and go support his line of work. And I know the listeners got a lot of value out of this. It's been an awesome conversation. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing your stories and experiences.
Of course, man. Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Let's go. Keep crushing it.
I'm gonna keep on staying on this grind, because go chase your dreams because your dreams will not chase you. And to the listeners, stay tuned for more amazing stories like this on Every Day is Friday Podcast 365. If you enjoyed this, make sure to follow, share, and keep Every Day is Friday mindset going. Until next time, stay inspired and make every day feel like Friday. Until next time, everybody, I'll talk to you soon.